Hello, out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another 3DS Game Ideas discussion. This time, we're going to be talking about Capcom vs. SNK Collection as an option for the 3DS before it fades off into the twilight. This honestly, to me, just makes a lot of sense. It's something that could have been done a while ago. And again, this is one of those things where the option has been available. There are multiple versions of both the original Capcom vs. SNK as well as Capcom vs. SNK 2. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily have to put all of the versions in there. My suggestion would actually be more of a duology. You'd have Capcom vs. SNK Pro, and then the Capcom vs. SNK 2 that ended up on the Xbox 3, the original Xbox, the GameCube, and the PS2. Those versions of those games, not like the originals that came out on the Dreamcast, even though those would be fine themselves as well. There'd be no problem with either of those. But there were, I believe, balancing issues that were fixed in the second iteration of Capcom vs. SNK 2, and Capcom vs. SNK Pro adds in Dan and Joe to the original lineup. So that's why I would suggest those versions of those games specifically. Outside of that, it really wouldn't make much of a difference unless they really wanted you to get the authentic feel from the first game of being able to unlock everything. But I think that was how Capcom vs. SNK Pro worked anyway. And if I'm wrong, then they can just add it in. It's not like it's something that's all that difficult. You just have to play the game and earn enough points to purchase the characters in game. And if they wanted to be sly, they could let you use the points that you build up for walking around with your 3DS to make some of those purchases early, which would actually be pretty nice. It'd be a nice little system change. But again, it's not something that's required. It's not a mandatory type thing. It would just be something that would be cool for them to do. But really, there's not a whole lot more to talk about because it's not like I have to explain a whole lot of stuff about these games. These were fairly popular games, and again, only thing I would really do with like collections and such is put in something that allows you to get more of the story of whatever they were doing with the games that may not have already been explained, and include a lot of the behind the scenes type of content that people didn't really get to have. Sorry there, cough came back. But get like a lot of the behind the scenes type stuff that people really didn't have a chance to get into, and just put it in there, and make put the menus down on the bottom screen, let them operate with the buttons or with the touch, and that's really it. I mean, they could make the game HUD-less if they really wanted to, so that you can see the HUD for the characters down on the bottom, but it's a fighting game, so it's not really necessary. But I guess having the option available would be nice. But outside of that, they really, truly don't have to add anything else to this. It's because these games were really good for the time, and they're practically like complete fighting games as they were. And honestly, I just like the idea of having updated versions of these games, but with the inclusion of stuff that we may not have seen from the development standpoint, because it's been years now, so they should be able to just, if the companies would agree to it, go ahead and include like directors' commentaries or anything that they want to do. They just want to put that type of stuff in there, like the commentaries from the creative directors and the development team, like stuff like that would be interesting to add in, because it's not a necessary thing, but it gives to the overall package. So, but that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening in. If you would like to support the channel, the links to purchase either of my versions of my poetry book is in the links in the description down below. I said the links is in the links. Well, goodness, screwed that one up. The links for my poetry book are in the description down below. Thank you very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.
やったぜ Let's fight. Nice, gentle. Live and let die. Fight! Wow, they came out with a sneaky surprise attack.